This is one of the video lessons from our free Bible study course, all about tracing repetition in the Bible. You can find the full course titled Introduction to Repetition on our website, which includes practice exercises, homework, quiz questions, and self-reflection. Let's jump in. Welcome to session number 3. Forgive me for my very messy marked up Bible, but we are in Proverbs chapter 1, and we've already looked at repeating words. We've looked at repeating statements. We looked at, in the last session, kind of these patterns that can form. And now we're going to look at repeating ideas, meaning sometimes it's not words that are repeated, but synonyms or ideas or different phrases that essentially mean the same thing. For example, in Proverbs chapter 1, starting in verse 20 all the way down to verse 33, you're going to see this repetition. The different words will be used to describe wisdom. So there's going to be this repeating theme of the ways of wisdom, the characteristics of wisdom. That seems to be a pattern. And each time a characteristic of wisdom is given to us, different words, different angles are shared. So I'll show you what I mean. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. In the markets, she raises her voice. So if you notice, this idea of crying aloud is repeated in a different way here. But instead of her crying aloud in the streets, she's raising her voice in the markets, right? It's another way of saying the same thing in the beginning of verse 20. Sometimes you'll see that. At the head of the noisy street, she cries out. Interesting. So what I see forming already with wisdom is that in a specific location, she is doing something with her voice. Here she's crying aloud in the streets. Here she raises her voice where? In the markets. Here she cries out where? At the noisy streets. Here she speaks at the entrance of the city gates. So notice there's almost varying volumes. She's just speaking. Here she's crying out. She raises her voice. She cries aloud. Those are all the same ideas, but verse 22. So those are all different ways to say, hey, wisdom is calling out everywhere. In verse 22, it's going to say, how long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing? How long will fools hate knowledge? Did you notice that right here, the author of Proverbs 1 just said the same thing in 3 different ways? In other words, he repeated himself. And if you're a parent, sometimes you don't repeat yourself by using the same words. You repeat the same idea using different words to hopefully get your kids' attention. You know, it's, hey, clean up your dishes. And if they don't listen after enough times, you say, I need you right now to clean up your mess. And I'm essentially saying the same thing, maybe with more urgency, or there's more seriousness behind it. And so you'll notice the first time wisdom says this is, how long will you love being simple? Okay, how long will scoffers delight in their scoffing? That's essentially the same statement said in a different way. How long will fools hate knowledge? There's the third way wisdom says the same thing in a different way. So you'll notice these ideas are being repeated. The idea of simple, scoffers, fools, despising what wisdom is offering, right? Wisdom 3 times was said to be doing something in these places, or 4 times. And now these fools, simple ones, scoffers, are doing different ways are acting, responding in different ways. You know, they're loving being simple. They're delighting in their scoffing. They're hating knowledge. So you might say these are all 3 ways of saying the same thing. Loving being simple is hating knowledge. Hating knowledge is delighting in your scoffing. Make sense? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. So if you notice, wisdom repeated herself. I'll pour out my spirit to you. I'd love to know what that means. Well, the meaning of that statement is pretty much repeated in the next. I will make my words known to you. Okay, so for wisdom, and sometimes you'll notice like these ideas seem similar, but they're also nuanced and they seem to be talking about 2 different angles of the same idea. That can happen. I think in this case, they're synonymous ideas, meaning wisdom pouring out her spirit is wisdom making her words known to you. And then you can go down the line. Verse 24, because I've called and you refused to listen. I've stretched out my hand and no one has heeded. You've ignored my counsel. You'd have none of my reproof. 4 times we're looking at the fool's response. Number 1, they refused to listen. Number 2, they haven't heeded. Number 3, they ignored the counsel. Number 4, they wouldn't have her reproof. So when we notice repetition like this and a certain idea being repeated, we want to think through, hey, what is the underlying idea of each of these statements that are repeating? What do they have in common? Where do they overlap? What do they have that's different? What are they emphasizing that might be different? These are questions we ask about repetition. So this was all about repeating ideas, which hopefully you'll be able to recognize them a bit more when you read the Bible. Your homework is going to be to read Romans chapter 8, verse 31 through 39, and you're going to do essentially the same thing, where you'll see an idea, one core idea, repeating in different ways or through different statements. So I will see you in session number 4, where we're going to look at repeating actions, patterns that kind of occur within time and space in an event. So we're going to look at Judges chapter 2, and I'll explain what I mean when we get to that. So do your homework, study the passage, and I'll see you in session number 4.